Mr. Speaker, first I want to congratulate Honorable Bwire for taking this bold step of bringing people who are marginalized and minorities in his constituency. Mr. Speaker, this is what real representation is. Mr. Honorable Bwire, congratulations for the work you've done. This is how you represent your people, by especially taking care of the minorities. But having said,
they are worse than minorities, they are stateless.
They are stateless, actually. Yeah, right, Mr. Speaker. They're even worse than minorities. But having said that, Mr. Speaker, people only realize the fruits of their rights, enjoyment of a right, when you lose it. Mr. Speaker, there are people also in this country who face a lot of discrimination in terms of even acquiring. Kenyans who are unable to acquire national documents like national identity card and passport. Mr. Speaker, I am shocked. I am shocked when I saw a governor in this country, in this Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker, shouting at the top of his voice from somewhere in Mount Elgon or somewhere there in Trans Nzoia, saying some Kenyans should not be given their identity cards. Mr. Speaker, I came to realize the training of a person is very important in life. And the way I'm getting trained in this house, Mr. Speaker, is what has made me serve the people. Mr. Speaker, some of the people who have gone through the provincial administration, who have served in that region of northern Kenya, Mr. Speaker.
I started training you when you were a councillor.
Kabisa, Mr. Speaker,
yes.
In Malakisi. You took me to Malakisi
yes.
in 2005 so that I can interact with the public, you remember. Yes. Mr. Speaker, a whole governor stands in his place addressing a gathering of Kenyans saying that other Kenyans must be discriminated against. Mr. Speaker, I know the governor was a former PC or a former DC, and I know the culture that goes on when you are especially posted to northern Kenya, where you have to be paid for you to give somebody's identity card. And that's how some of them have made their money, Mr. Speaker. That is a colonial mentality. That man does not deserve to lead anybody in Kenya, Mr. Speaker. It is very, very heartening, Mr. Speaker. Disheartening. He does not even be a village elder, Mr. Speaker. When you can come openly and say that certain Kenyans should not be given an ID because they are bordering another country. Even him is running a county that is bordering Uganda. Shame on him. Shame on him. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I know that community is discriminating against live in Trans Nzoia, Mr. Speaker. And you know you are their leader, Mr. Speaker. You come from there also. I can assure you they will never vote for him again. He has lost those votes. His name is Honorable Natembeya or Natembeya. Natembeya too. He's just running everywhere, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was taken aback, Mr. Speaker. I know what discrimination people go through in that region. There are many children in northern Kenya who have finished schooling, they have finished colleges, they have finished universities, they cannot get employment because they don't have an ID. They cannot even get admission to university because they don't have an ID. That is the kind of leaders nowadays we have in Kenya, who is openly saying in a public forum that let us discriminate against this community. And you are calling yourself a governor who is supposed to be leading a multi-society, multi-ethnic, multi-religious county, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is where I know tomorrow he'll be shouting in a burial there in Bukusola and in Trans Nzoia, abusing me. I don't care. This is where I will speak. People of Suna, who I represent, who include Luos, Koreas, Subas, Somalis, lawyers, Giria, everybody have told me to speak here and tell that governor that he's wrong. He cannot discriminate against other Kenyans. Who is he, Mr. Speaker? What the hell does he think he is? Keep on, talking open. And I don't know why NCIC is no longer functioning. I thought the first person they will arrest or they will summon is that governor, that raw governor. Is actually the raw governor. Yes. Mr. Speaker, bordering another county does not mean you must be discriminated against. How many counties border other countries? Mandera borders another country. Busia borders another country. Where I come from, Migori, borders Tanzania. Narok borders Tanzania. Trans Nzoia borders Uganda. Kwale borders Tanzania. That does not mean that you have to discriminate against Kenyans who are staying in those counties. If he's fearing that that community is going to have numbers in the next election and they may vote for in a certain way, let him tell his community to give more birth to more children. Mr. Speaker, I am taken aback, and I'm going to bring a petition, by the way, to discuss that matter in this House. Mr. Speaker, a national leader who is running a county, I repeat again, that's multi-ethnic, multi-religion, denomination. Mr. Speaker, that cannot be left. I saw the other day in some burial I attended, not at some burial, the burial of my speaker's mother, talking a lot of things. I could not even respond to him. I just kept quiet. When I remembered what he said from the community that I come from ancestry, I just looked at him and said, this is the guy who wants to deny my people ID cards. This is the guy who wants to discriminate against other Kenyans. This is the guy who wants other Kenyans to be called non-Kenyans. And he used to be a former regional ward, where if we start talking about what happened even under his leadership in the Rift Valley, Mr. Speaker, we'll be speaking here all day. People were tortured, people were killed, houses were burnt in the Mau Forest, people were removed from Mau Forest at night, their homes burnt, everything done, people died, and he still has the audacity to tell everyone who cares that, oh, you're a stupid man, I can talk whatever I want. You cannot discriminate against other Kenyans and you expect us to keep quiet. We will not do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, I will say what I've said on this floor of the House, outside the House, and I will go even to Trans Nzoia in Kitale Town and say it. Those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Karole Omondi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Let me take the opportunity to congratulate Mheshimiwa Honorable Bwire for the bold step of bringing the people of Pare ancestry to the National Assembly. I think as leaders, our job is to find solutions. That is why we are here. We can ventilate, we can say as much as we want, but if we don't offer solutions, then I don't think we are rendering the service that we are expected to do. On these two issues, we already have a solution which I've already proposed and which is being processed by the help of the Speaker and the Clerk. On the issue of the Pares and the other stateless, I've already proposed a bill, Kenya Citizenship and Immigration Bill, which will create a new category of acquiring citizenship by ancestry in terms of historical connection, lineage, affinity, consanguinity, and we'll also implement the right of return for all Africans who are exported out of Africa. So that is a solution. What this House should do is to support that. The second thing, the idea of IDs. Already I've proposed a bill, Registration of Persons Amendment Bill, that will enable students to get ID cards and voter cards while they are still in school. This afternoon, we reiterated what we said in Naivasha, that we should prioritize members' bills. All these solutions are amongst us here. It is up to us to actualize the solutions. So I would plead and give the Wapare people assurance that at least in this House, there'll be a solution. They'll not be stateless. We will pass this bill and they will get the citizenship. In fact, I know Wapares very well. There's a famous joke in Tanzania, not to demean anybody, but they like to say, you know, my mother was from there. If you have money and you want to send it to your mother in the village, if you give it to Ampare, it will get to your mother. If you give it to Amchaga, it will not get there. But if you have a beautiful sister-in-law and you ask Amchaga to escort her to your mother, she will reach there. With Wapare, she will not reach. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Benja.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Chukua dakika moja moja.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, let me first of all welcome the guests in your gallery, Mr. Speaker. And I think their visit will go down in history as having brought the necessary changes in this republic. Mr. Speaker, to be a stateless person is the worst discrimination that you can ever be. Mr. Speaker, I'm talking as a former ambassador of Kenya to the Republic of Namibia. And Mr. Speaker, sometimes you find Kenyans who have found themselves in another country without the necessary documents. And the treatment they get, Mr. Speaker, is very bad. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to support the comments made by my colleagues. I also have a community from Rwanda who were brought a long time ago, Mr. Speaker, to come and plant tea in Kericho. And because of one or two reasons, Mr. Speaker, they have found themselves in Kenya, but they are facing discrimination. They cannot get IDs. They have actually been forced to change their names, Mr. Speaker, so that they can fit in.
Farah Maalim.
Mr. Speaker, I want to add my voice into the issue of statelessness and discrimination in our country. Mr. Speaker, you started your legal career way back in the early 80s, and you used to travel all the way to Northeastern Province. And you remember the kind of discrimination that was there, where a DC or a DO is a judge, he's a magistrate. You'll be arrested by his administration police officers, and then you are brought before a DO to sentence you now on the charges that were preferred against you by the people he sent you. Mr. Speaker, we have seen a lot in this country. I myself, in 1980, when I was going to go out, give me another 5 minutes, Speaker. Yes. When I was supposed to travel out of the country, I was supposed to fill a form called P7 for me to get a passport. And it says to be filled by non-indigenous Kenyans like Asians, Arabs, and Somalis. Now, when you tell the residents of Wajir and Garissa and Mandera are non-indigenous, who is the indigenous community to Mandera or Wajir? Are they Kikuyus? Are they Luos? Are they Luyas? They are Subas. Are they Subas? And you claim, and you claim these people, this is part of Kenya. You're not saying that these are Somalis, let them go to Somalia. Mr. Speaker, it's good for us to understand history. And Millie remembers this very.
Give him 1 minute. Finish up.
Mr. Speaker, the DRC has suffered more than 6 million people dead. That problem started with the Banyamulenge, if you remember very well, when Mobutu Sese Seko said, you are not Zairwa, you are not Congolese. Go to Rwanda because you look like the Tutsis of Rwanda. And they went to war. And that war is still going on right now. The M23 you're hearing about is as a result of the problem that started that time. 100,000 people who are discriminated can destroy a nation of 60 million. Wapare don't have any other country. Let them be given their citizenship. Let's protect our country and our nationals. Because nobody is going to accept to be discriminated against. Natembeya belongs somewhere else. He does not belong to Kenya, by the way. And his ideas are crooked. Awacha akimbia mahali ingine. Atoke hapa.
Mayaka, 1 minute.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa fursa hii ili nijiunge na wabunge wenzangu kuwakaribisha wenzetu kutoka Pare katika bunge hili na kuwahimiza wajisikie huru, wajisikie nyumbani. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, kama bunge tunajiunga mkono pia kuwakataza wale ambao wanataka kuwabagua wenzetu ambao wametoka katika sehemu za mpaka na kuwashurutisha na kueleza ya kwamba wengine wao ambao ni viongozi katika kata ama kwa vile mnavyosema kwa county wanafaa kuwe katika kipao cha mbele kuwahimiza wenzetu ambao wametoka mpakani ili wawe hapa. Lakini pia Mheshimiwa Spika, nataka kuwahimiza wenzetu kutoka pare ya kwamba siku ingine mkikuja, muje pia na vijana wachanga ili wenzetu ambao hawana mabibi waweze kupata mabwana kutoka sehemu zingine ili wapare waongezeke na wapate mabibi kutoka
kwingine. They are not hawking girls.
Asante sana.
They are looking for statehood. A person who is stranded and is looking for statehood cannot hawk women around. Member for Busia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all is to say poleni ndugu zetu kutoka kule coast. This issue has been there for a long time. They suffer what also our brothers and sisters who were married at the border face, proving many things. If you say you must prove if you are a Kenyan, and the only proof is that you gave birth, they want a certificate. Maybe you met in a bush, loved each other, made babies, and because many people in their lives don't go that other way of marriage processes, the only proof is kids. Public acknowledgement, the Ligrus, chiefs, they know these people, how they even started living together, their story, their history. So I want to thank the President for easing it.
Then members will have to stop there. I want to encourage you as members of parliament, as many of you, Junet, everybody has said, we must eliminate statelessness in our country. We must. There are people, even in Kabete here, there are Shonas who came to Kenya from Zimbabwe. They are stuck there stateless. They were given. That is very good. We must eliminate statelessness. And as African people, look at your history and remember, in the early 1900s, in Namibia, where Benja says he was an ambassador, I remember, the Germans gave a license to hunters, and the license read, you are free to shoot an elephant, a rhino, a lion, a buffalo, and a bushman. The bushmen are the hereros. They were licensed to shoot them on sight. The same thing that happened to other people elsewhere. We as Africans must love each other regardless. Whether an African found himself here from Senegal, or from Sudan, or from Ethiopia, or from anywhere, they are our brothers and sisters, and there is no right for them to be stateless. And as members of parliament, live to this billing. Young Bwire brought a petition. The petition committee should expedite it. And these Pare elders have the same right as any one of us to be in this country and to enjoy the benefits of citizenship. So Bwire, you have a duty, and parliament leadership. In fact, you should have a catalog of all stateless communities in the country, put them in one basket, and we encourage our president to accede to giving them citizenship all at once, so that we eliminate statelessness. The Rwandese who came to weed maize in Trans Nzoia, the Burundis who came to pluck tea in Kericho, the Nubians who came to Kenya to guard the British. They brought you Nubian gin, the forerunner to Chang'an, which many of you enjoy, and many other things. Let's call the next order.